Hey friends, Nikki back here with my second report. This time I mixed all the categories because they climbed at the same time. It was raining in Seoul, in South Korea, so they had to cancel one of the qualification groups, postpone, reschedule, blah 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 blah. And then with time running out, they had to cancel the finals, move the final boulders into the semi-final, and then they used the final boulders in the semi-final template, and then they did this semi-final format with 20 athletes in each category, except for Fuji Kokoro, who was injured apparently. Anyhow, 20 athletes in the final, so we were missing out on a lot of action, many camera angles, many perspectives, and I also feel a little bit, not under the weather, but under the competition format. Yeah. I like the semi-final format itself because it's like really, really exciting. No one knows what's happening and it's open until the last starter starts, but it's difficult to have an overview, and with 20 people starting one after each other, it's difficult to have the right camera angles. But honestly, I think I don't know, it would be interesting what you think. For me, the competition format is dead. It's like super boring. I watch tennis, cycling, football. I watch everything else. I watch track and swimming and tower diving. And the thing is, either you have rivalries, or you have you have head-to-head races, or you have something unexpected, emotions come into play. But that's nothing you can see during a climbing competition on a screen. So honestly, it's utter boring. So this one was a real fight for me because it's like, it's a jump, it's another jump, it's a push, We've seen it all before. And if it's always the same, but different, then we need something more to make our sport more spectacular, more exciting. And maybe it's because I'm watching Worldcups for I don't know how many years now, but maybe it's because I'm depressed, maybe, I don't know. But I think the competition format is fucking boring, fucking over. So if they want to make this one a big sport, they either have to push the Routesetters side, because this is an integral sport. This is like an integral part of the sport. There's not a single other sport where another party is that involved about like winning or losing of athletes, and so involved in creating a show. Anyhow, maybe you still enjoy it. If so, leave me a comment, because otherwise I will stop this soon, because it's all same but different. But maybe I think different about it tomorrow. And congrats to the winners, because it was cool. And I like that the boulders were difficult. But yeah, just give it a look. Maybe I'm just in a bad mood. Thanks for watching though. Bye! Okay, we start with women's one slab on the right side with a dynamic start. On the left side we have Anon Matsufuji, and on the right side we have Brooke Rabutu, last week's winner, and it was a stand-up into one of these dual text balls, and both swapped their feet on the first triangle, while Anon went with her left hand and bent her left knee. Brooke moved way further to the left. Both methods were possible, and also a third method, but I don't think anyone really flashed the start or flashed the bowler in general. And after that passage, it was this more or less like interesting volume arrangement, where you had to barn door on the right side and then move over to the left side, climb around the volumes to reach the top. As mentioned before, it was a little bit difficult to find all the footage of the semifinals, so I can only show you different parts or different variations of the upper section. The lower section, I couldn't find any footage of the different ways how to climb it, but Anon was way faster than Brooke. And in our next example, Miho and Jessie Pills, we will see how the upper part could have been climbed differently or not to be climbed in general. First, on the left side, Jessie is standing still on the starting hold, so I think a kickback on the first move was also possible, but then we're moving slowly to the left, and Miho on the right side was also one of the 4 competitors climbing boulder number 1. The fourth one was Oriane Berton from France, not in the picture. Anyway, we've seen the other 2 laying back these volumes, and I didn't think that anyone could fall here. Sorry, that's not a diss against Jessie, but I think this basic volume climbing is, as the name says, pretty basic, shifting weight. And now we can see Miho here on the right side. She switches her lower hand already right there. First she grabs with the left hand, and now she switches to the lower right hand, so she's able to lean to the left. Jessie didn't do that on the left side. So Miho, right hand higher, left hand lower, she can push into a stable position, while Jessie didn't find the sweet spot climbing around the volume. That's what I mean. I think it's pretty basic. This is around for many, many years, climbing around a volume. Yeah, that was surprising to me, but anyway, the boulder was quite hard. Out of 20 competitors, only 4 climbed boulder number 1 at the women's side. And I think only 3 tops at the men's boulder number 1. We got Hannes van Duysen here. Last week's, I think, silver finalist, medalist. Anyway, finalist from Belgium, who climbed the semi-final slab as the only competitor last week. And he was so close to topping this boulder and this, but unfortunately he didn't hit the crimp. What we couldn't see was the first move. First move was super beautiful. Stand up on this flat hold volume in front of Manu Korno here with the left foot, and only keeping the balance with your upper body, lower body. And you can see on the left side, Manu was a little bit too far to the left. On the right side, in his second try, he stuck the first move. Beautiful move, really good climbing technique and body positioning and body feeling necessary. And then we moved into the higher part. Again, Hannes, you can push with the left hand, right hand undercling. And Hannes didn't do anything with his left foot, while Manu Korno tries slowly, cannot reach it. His left foot is a little bit lower. He needs something to stabilize, so he finds the hand hold, reaches the top. But this wasn't the only way possible. But Manu was the first climber being able to climb it. And I think Mehdi Shaikh on the right side was a flash, while Tomoe Narasaki needed a few tries. He's a hectic climber, and that's how he moved onto the slab, into the slab. Take a look on the left side what Tomoe is doing. Right hand, almost falling, left hand, palm down. Yeah, excuse me for the little bit dingy, shaky camera work, but what we can also see, Mehdi is way taller. Thanks again for that friend who provided us with comments about the height. Maybe I should add this in the comments. Anyway, Tomoe is using the same method Manu Korno used, while Mehdi just stood up slowly. The final round was pretty hardcore in the following boulder, women's 2. It had only 1 top and a few almost tops. Here we see Ayala Karem in an unsuccessful try on the left side. Her left foot is not on the wall, not smearing, not giving her any height, while on the right side her left foot is smearing. A little bit more stabilization, a little bit more height, and she can go into her arms, swing back with her right foot and plant her right foot to kill the momentum. There were different other ways how to do it. Brooke here on the left side has her right foot even on the higher volume, while Oceana McKenzie from Australia on the right side has a toe hook on the right side and releases the toe hook. Anyway, you needed to arrive pretty high and plant your foot on the backswing with the right side, your right foot on the volume of your left hand. Pretty spectacular, powerful, good climbing was necessary, and especially in the upper part. Now the right side had a volume here where Brooke is standing with her right foot, but I think the better way was what they tried here. Brooke is placing a heel hook. You can't see it right now, you can see it in a second there. Her heel hook at least sticks, and she's the only one being able to top boulder number 2. Oriane tried to pogo the first move, but when she arrives, just take a look at her right arm. It's already almost bent and just, she cannot pull anymore, and the whole body is swinging, while Natalia Grossman on the right side also arrives with a straight or long arm, doesn't have like a lot of power into it. She can release her heel hook controlled and concentrate on pushing with her left arm so that the right arm is bending and pulling, and she can minimize the momentum and the swing. Unfortunately, she didn't top the boulder, but she tried what a few others like Stasha Geo and I think Osh tried as well at the top, not with the heel hook. No, they tried to utilize and use the right volume she's standing on right now, and then cross with the left arm, but it was too much swing, too much momentum, and no one stuck the move like this. Only Brooke stuck the move. And boulder number 2 for the male was super difficult in the start. Almost no one stuck the first move. And we can see here right now that Meshti on the right side already got his left leg further to the left side, while Yoshiyuki, his legs are still on the right side before he releases. This is the split second before they release their feet and their left hand. And we can see that Yoshiyuki has more leg swing, but it's also his right shoulder which starts moving, while Meshti's shoulder isn't moving at all, or his right arm. We can see this keeps his body further to the right side. As soon as he pushes with his left hand, his upper body sticks to the right side, while Yoshiyuki has a little bit too much momentum and doesn't stick the move. He stuck it later, but I don't have any footage of that. Anyway, the second part looked weird. There were many different ways how to climb it, and also many different ways how to mess it up. We see here this one hand swap by Yoshiyuki. First Meshti didn't hit the pocket. Yoshiyuki, there's only volume, and there where he tried to jump to with his right hand was a crimp. Max the future on the left side and Tomor opted for the campus thingy. Now they got a little bit lost in the midway. Max tried to campus, couldn't do it, while Tomor finds like different parts and lips of the volume. Now left hand is wrapping, thumb to the right, and he misses the crimp as well, while Meshti has the crimp and is standing in the zone, but somehow couldn't do the top move. So Meshti fell at the top move. Only local hero John Jongwon was able to do it, and he also found a different solution for the first move. Watch his left hand. Left hand matches immediately, and he foot plants on the no texture part. A different way. I liked it. Then moving to the pocket, matching, and then he goes immediately to the other guppy wrap of the volume. Then he doesn't miss the crimp, stands in the zone, and it looks a little bit more solid what he's doing than Meshti. And yes, he gets the top. Only competitor topping male boulder number 2, and let's see whether we see any difference. The shadow will help us. Meshti's right arm is a little bit more perpendicular to the wall. He doesn't pull down as much as John Jongwon does. And we can see that on the right side we have less shadow, so the right arm is more parallel to the wall, closer to the wall, while Meshti's elbow is pointing out, and he doesn't stick the move on boulder number 2. Not that many tops so far, but boulder women's number 3 was nice. 2 dynamic sections, and we see Hannah Moyle on the left side and Lucia Dörfel on the right side. Don't be confused like the MC dude guy on the stream, who couldn't differentiate between 2 blonde women from Germany. Really difficult, but yeah. Hannah on the left side, she sticks the move. She's standing up a little bit further to the right, while Lucia immediately pulls straight up, and then for the left, her left knee is already upwards, facing upwards, and Hannah on the other hand is doing this bow first to the right, then the momentum carries her over to the left. She can pull up a little bit and stick the move. Okay, you can also do it with a kick in like Ayala on the right side. And then we moved on to the really interesting, but also difficult up section. Well, Hannah here moves or goes into the palm. Most of the others who sent or not sent the bowler tried to kick out with her right leg. Only Stasha Geo tried something really fancy here, which did not work out, unfortunately. But this is how it worked for all the others. Anon Matsufuji on the left side and Miho on the right side. Miho sticks it, while Anon on the left side has to bump her right foot again. It's a little bit too far to the right. Her body starts rotating, and she pulls also a little bit. So yeah, pulls a little bit higher than Miho. Her body starts rotating to the right. Her hip is crossing the line, and she falls off, unfortunately. 3 tops and a super cool boulder, 2 different dynamic moves, And now we're moving to the easiest boulder of the whole round, more than 8 tops. I don't know the number anymore, but the last move was the most difficult, jumping out of this corner. Here Simon Lorenzi does not use his left foot, tries to generate momentum only with his right arm, and yeah, doesn't stick it. In his next try, he comes up with something different. He tries a swingerling, both hands, and swing onto the start hold and then over to the right. Also really cool, but if you're a little bit calm and smarter, like Toby Roberts here from Great Britain, yep, you can move yourself into the corner, push your left leg higher onto the panel, can even let go because you're standing in a corner, and aim for the last hold, which was a difficult pinch to hold onto, but most people stuck it sooner or later. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Max on the left side and another Belgium guy on the right side, and you had to swing to the left and of course also plant your left foot, or not of course, but it's really beneficial because Max's left foot is standing on friction on the volume, while Simon's left foot on the right side was not, and he slipped off. And now we see the different other method to swing. First swing in, then match hands and walk over to the left. We got some Abezu on the left side in his third or fourth attempt here, while this is Meshdi's flash attempt, so he's a little bit more hesitating, a little bit slower, a little bit more controlled. And while Sam already topped the boulder, we can see that Meshdi is looking for many different, just thinking, contemplating what to do. I can pull from here. No, there's a corner, so I go back, climb back. This boulder had a lot of things happening, and I think for a final boulder, like in a real final, would have been like super cool to see, because different ways, different methods, and a lot of fighting action in the beginning, and then looking for the sweet spot, how to engage for the last move. Yeah, that's it. So only 2 different parts on how to climb the lower part. And at this point, Meshdi already knew that he won, because no one climbed 2 boulder problems so far. I think John Wong did, but different attempts of tries already, like someone of the French team made it happen and paid attention in this very chaotic semi-final mode to tell Meshdi already after boulder number 3 that he won. Anyway, we are moving into boulder number 4 of the women's, and this is the only top by Oriane Berton, and she skipped a part of the boulder. So let's see how she did that. Out of the comfy start position, she jumped match to the right hand hold, moved down to the zone, and then she didn't even bother. She just wrapped the volume on the right side, moved herself sitting onto the heel hook, moved higher with her right hand, and just crossed with her left hand to the top. Looked super easy, but you have to find the way, and then you have to have the hip flexibility. Annie here on the right side was the only other one who topped the boulder, and she topped it with the intended way. Unfortunately, we didn't see her doing the jump, and also didn't see her how she got to this part, but some other climbers will go to this part sooner or later. Camera, please pan over there. Thank you. Yes, camera is far away as well, so I don't know. I think there was a jib somewhere on the volume, but so I think there's a jib on the lower side, on the right side, so you can wrestle around. You can see it better here. Anyway, this is the only other top we could see. Here we got Melody Sekikawa from Japan. She wrestled herself into the dual text volume after the jump. Also didn't find a way. No one really found a way. But this is Melody showing us the way to this section, to this part. And because the comp is almost over and there's not much climbing footage happening afterwards, we will just enjoy her struggle here. Right hand toe on the left, so you're able to move, to fall over and to fall into the dual text. Unfortunately, only one top next to Oriane's, and the only thing we can compare here is the jump. We got Lucia Dörfel here. On the left side is her successful attempt at the jump, and on the right side is her fail. And while she looks like really same but different. Take a look at her right foot. On the left side, it's standing, pushing way longer, and then because of this, she can lead the movement around the red again and go with her right hand to the zone hold. So only 2 tops in women's number 4, and yes, spoiler ahead, no top in boulder number 4 for the men's. This is Jongwon jumping to this hold. Actually, like the first move was the most difficult move. Meshti almost stuck it. Yes, it was a pedal dyno, first match hands and then go to this, hand hold a jug. It was sticking out a little bit. Maybe it was covered by the volume and maybe there was something on it. It looked like there was a jib on it. No one stuck the move. Meshti was the closest here and Meshti won the competition. Well, congratulations to Miho Nonaka and Meshti Schalk for their wins, and especially Oriane and Brooke also. Unfortunately, due to the footage we couldn't cover and see everyone climbing like they deserve to. Especially when it comes to the males. The men's, I would have loved to see like more action. Boulder number 2. Anyway, I think it was, considering the situation, it was quite cool. The setting itself, they used, as mentioned before, the final boulders for the semi-final format. I don't know whether they tweaked anything about the difficulty. Many times there's the argument that final boulders are easier than semi-final boulders. Who knows? This time it was also, again, a difficult final. Unfortunately, boulder number 4 was a little bit overcooked. And especially for the men's, only a division or like a split by top in attempts wasn't that nice. But on the other hand, Meshti and Tomor, they had it both in their hands in boulder number 2, which they messed up. I don't know how. Anyway. Congratulations to Meshti. The mix of the boulders, was it better than last week? I don't even remember it anymore. It was pretty chaotic. Maybe I liked it a little bit better, even though it was dynamic in boulder number 1, 2, 3. It was a lot of dynamic, but it seemed a little bit more powerful dynamic. Difficult to say. I hope you enjoyed it somehow and you will enjoy your week. See you again soon somewhere next to the climbing wall, in front of the climbing wall. I don't know. See you soon. Nikki out. Thank you for watching. Bye.